Hi everybody. We are approaching halfway through this summer session. So I wanted to check in briefly and first of all say you're really doing an excellent job of keeping up with assignments in this course. As I've mentioned before, these half summer sessions are super fast. Things come at you really quickly, and I know it's a lot of work to keep up with it, so great job on doing so far. I also want to check in just because we have a couple of assignments coming up that I wanted to draw your attention to. The first is a sort of assignment that you're already familiar with. You did an excellent job on quiz 1. Quiz 2 is coming up. It opens tomorrow, which is 6:10, and it will be due by the end of the day on Monday, 6:13. So it's parallel to quiz 1 in terms of kind and number of questions. And again, you did an excellent job on quiz 1, so I'm sure you'll do a great job on quiz 2. The other assignment that's coming up next week is a new sort of assignment, one we haven't done so far, and that's the first paper. So I did just want to talk briefly about that paper and get you set up to do a great job on that as well. So here we are on our homepage. I'm going to show you the handout for paper 1, which is up there already. You may already have taken a look at it, but again, just to make sure you're clear, we're going to go to the assignments tab. And here it is. This is paper 1, which is about global media. It's due on 6:15 next week. So let's take a quick look at the handout. So here's what you're going to be doing for this paper. This is an approximately 4-page, double-spaced, 4-page paper, okay? So not a super lengthy paper, one in which I'm really asking you to both think about some of the readings about a particular theme, in this case media, and to collect an example that you think is connected to that theme, and sort of what you're going to do in the paper is describe what you found and make the connections between your example and the scholarship that you've been reading, okay? So here are the instructions. What I want you to do is to find one example of global media, and it really can be anything, right? I give you a ton of examples here, but it can even be something in addition to that. So I said you could identify a TV show, a film, a TikTok video, any kind of social media post, or a hashtag, or a book, a song, a comic book, right? So we're using the idea of media broadly. You've already sort of seen a lecture and read a bunch of stuff about the media, so I think have a sense of what we mean by that. So the first thing then you're going to do for this paper is go out and find one. Get online, look around, or think about, forms of media that you already engage with. It can be something that, you know about from your own life, right? So identify that kind of media, all right? That one example of media. So for the paper, you're going to explain the meaning and significance of that piece of global media, and you're going to do so by using 3 of our readings to elucidate the way that piece of media operates in the world, okay? The 3 readings are, as it's listed here on the handout, the McNair, right, which is about use of social media and hashtags and in political movements, the Thusu, which is about the nature of global media flows in the world, and the Mescalier, which is about how some media forms end up sort of having a second life in another cultural context where they're also understood to be meaningful to local contexts and local issues, okay? So for the paper, I want you to explain the main ideas of each of those articles and then connect those ideas to your example, all right? For this kind of a paper, the more specific and explicit you can be, the better, okay? So in other words, don't talk in general terms about the theme of media. Talk specifically about, like, McNair, is describing this and argues blank, right? Thusu is discussing this, and the main argument or the main point that Thusu makes is blah, right? And then also about your media example. Don't give me a general, like, it's a TV show, right? Specifically, right? The more detail you can provide, the richer your paper will be. And the better you'll do with this paper, okay? So, again, I give you the more specifics in here about how to do it. Please read this handout, again, once you really start to dig into the paper. I'm looking to see that you understand the main ideas from those readings and that you can articulate them in your own words, right? And that's important too. Again, the best version of this kind of paper will not be one that just sticks in a bunch of direct quotes, but instead you're processing those ideas yourself and then describing them in your own language, all right? So don't just, rely on sort of copy and paste from the article itself. Try to really think about what's important and how you can apply it to the example that you've chosen. The other piece that's specified here is that for your example, in addition to, again, a detailed description of that global media example, I also want you to include some sort of visual in the paper, okay? So it can be, if you choose something like an advertisement, obviously it can be an image of the advertisement. It could be a little video clip, like you could stick in a link to that, right? So any kind of visual form, and I'm leaving it really open so you can make, your own decision about what you think would be a good way to illustrate, right? But I am looking for some sort of visual that reflects your media example that's part of the paper, okay? That's one of the things that you'll be assessed on, okay? And then, again, the real point here is to make those connections, right? What is relevant about those articles in relationship to your media example, right? So try to really think about how you can use those ideas from the articles to understand better and to explain better what's significant about your example, okay? As I said, about 4 pages. The specifics on sort of the format stuff are right here on the handout. So that's paper 1, again, due next week, 6/15. Really looking forward to seeing it and all the interesting media examples that you come up with. As always, if you have any questions about this assignment or anything else that's coming up in the course, let me know. I'm happy to engage with you individually. You can do a Zoom call, you can email me. So don't be shy if you have questions. I'm here and ready to talk with you. And again, congratulations. You've made it halfway through our summer session. You're doing a great job, so stick with it. You're well on your way to completing the course, and have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.